Hey Mom, can I have a quarter? Hey, Frago here with another Path of Exile 1 build league starter for the upcoming 3.27 patch. I've got a Guardian Sentinel of Radiance build going here. This is my level 77 tree, but I'm actually working right now with a level 35 character who I'll take a peek at right now. So, level 35, I just leveled, but before that I had just finished my library quest to get the needed jewels, or gems, I'm sorry. You need automation and convocation, both available at the library quest when you finish this guy's quest.
Go with care, friend.
And then you have to do your first lab to get Sentinel of Radiance, which is your guy that comes from Radiant Crusade. He's a very nice dude. He's a burning Sentinel. Does pretty good physical damage hits. I think it's physical damage. Anyway, it's slow but hard-hitting attacks. He walks incredibly slow, but he burns for a really big fire aura, which is what makes this build work as an auto bomber, zero button build. So right now I've got a zombie in all junky, this is just junky gear. Most of it's not even completely linked. So this is flammability, so it's not a 4-link with my Ray Spectre. It's just a 3-link Spectre and a 3-link zombie. So I've got zombies linked with physical damage and fire damage, and Spectres linked with elemental army and fire penetration. I've got a spell totem that does summon raging spirits with combustion and added fire. Vitality, automation, convocation to move my minions up to me. Clarity, Frostblank, Desecrate, a Holy Relic, Kinetic Bolt, and Life Gain a hit from the Kinetic Bolt. So that's my skills. That's what I'm doing. I leveled from 1 to the 30-ish when I finished this part of it. Got my library done on Act 3, and then could really start the build. I just used zombies, and then Spectral Throw with my relic. So I was just using him in like a 3-link to do all the main damage with Spectral Throw to proc him, and he pops and does damage and heals everybody. It was really easy leveling method. But now it's really easily. So I have those guys with me, and I have my Spectre of Radiance, or Sentinel of Radiance. His problem is he's slow. He can't keep up. He lasts for 20 seconds. He's got huge burning AoE around him, but he's slow. So you have to do the library, not just the lab, so you can get convocation and link it with automation. So then every 2.8 seconds or something, he will be pulled to you as you walk around. So I'm going to give you a little demonstration of how this works. We're in the docks. As soon as I find some mobs, I'll get him out. There we go. Now he's with me for 20 seconds, and he's just going to burn everything down. There he convocates. So I'm literally just pressing my left mouse button to walk, not doing anything else. And you can literally clear the whole campaign like this if you want to be that take it easy and casual. Oh, he's gone. You do have to summon him every 20 seconds. So you'll have to click a button. I suppose I can find that on my right click. And then literally do nothing but walk around through the campaign. He'll kill Dominus, he'll kill Katava, kill everybody. You won't have to think about anything in this campaign. So if you do want to use a few more abilities, I like the Sentinel, the Summon Holy Relic, because he gives fantastic regeneration, gives 101 to your minions and 42 to you. When you trigger him, you have to do an attack to trigger him, so I need to find something to hit. Everything's burned up. Everybody's got the relic buff right now. They're regenning, then it goes away, so it lasts that long. So that's very nice. My zombies, my fire shooting specters there are fine. They're doing plenty of damage, but it's the big daddy that does way more than anything else. So let's go back to the camp and my hideout, and I'll talk to you a little more about what I'm doing with this guy. Tree-wise, it's very simple. Just take minion nodes, increase minion damage, increase minion health. Health for me. Health for the minions. I like this mastery because anytime a minion dies, so like if I am using my summon Raging Spirits totem and these are kicking out spirits, as those die, they will heal all my zombies and my specters and keep them up really nicely. Life for me, more minion damage, minion life. More minion damage, more life for me, and I'll work my way into this next and probably appear for this next. Anyway, that's how you will clear the campaign. It's a piece of cake. And I have another one I will switch to that's already level 77 and show you kind of what you can do with them. Oop, he's 78. So, 78. Same deal, except I have better specters. So I'm 77, still doing the same thing. Minion life. I went block. Life for me. Mana reservation. Minion life. Minion damage. Minion life. Minion damage. Minion life. Minion damage. Minion survivability. Masteries, I got convocation cooldown reduction, so it pops a ton. I have more minion life. I am Eldritch Battery. I am minion instability, and that's the core change that I made once I got Summon Raging Spirits of Enormity. And I'll explain that gem in a second. I got a Cluster Jewel, which gives flat minion damage. It's just junk. I just apply a couple of these to get life from death. So my minions recover life on minion death, which is really good. They get more life. Hulking corpses, they get more life. My zombies taunt. Hulking corpses over here. I got my enduring composure over here for defense. I got a really nice one with the shield block for life gain when you block. Very nice. My blocks numbers are pretty good. 70, 65. I will continue to work on spell block and get that a little higher, so I'll have probably 70, 78 chance to block. 70% attack, 78 spells. And then recover 50 life, and I allocate to pseudo because it's super cheap. It's a clear, a sepia, and a black. Gives me 10% increased chance to block and 30% life recovery there, so you get 80 just from those. So it's a very nice little recovery. I still have really good defenses. The Sentinel of Radiance gives me 20% of damage from hits is taken from his life before mine, so that's like a fortify. I have Temper Shield for block. Arctic Armor, so when I'm stationary I take way less physical damage and fire damage. I convert a bunch of my physical damage to fire damage with a Cloak of Flame. I have this 6 link, but I'm only using 5 for the demonstration. I have Flesh and Stone, so if enemies are in my aura, I take 19% less damage from them. So that's that little circle right there you can see. That's very strong. I got Haste. I got an Animate Guardian. I got Vitality for life regen. I got a Stone Golem for life regen. My Animate Guardian's right here. It's the cheap one. He's got a Leer Cast and a Dying Breath staff for just increased damage. And then he has Sap Boots. So he leaves sap ground when he walks for even more damage reduction. So if the enemy's standing on sap ground, it's another less damage taken. I got a really crummy masks. I'm trying to simulate the kind of junky gear you might have as you get into the end of white maps or something. I got level 2 minion skills in this. Is the only good stat. The rest of it's junk. Just some resistances in life. Same resistances in life here. Movement speed, resistances on my boots. Stats and life on my belt, resistances that I need. Life and resistances and minion life on that ring. A Taboo Kai is what makes the build work with minion instability. You don't need this if you're not going to play minion instability. The reason why this works with minion instability is the last line. Summon Raging Spirits take 20% of their maximum life per second as chaos damage. My guys have almost 40,000 life. So when they explode from taking life, they do 33% of their damage to surrounding enemies as fire, which I scale with stuff like Ignite. And the reason it always ignites is because Raging Spirits of Enormity, the alternate version you can get from Lab, gives them way more life. They get 90% more maximum life, so way more than regular SRS. And then their hits are always crits, and that includes the minion instability pops from dying. So that's a guaranteed crit, which is a guaranteed ignite, and I proliferate it, and it does a base damage of about 12,000 right now with what I have them at. So I'd like a 12,000 base ignite. A level, let's see what a level 30 fireball would do. It's twice what a level 30 fireball does for damage. Just about. Not quite twice, but close. It's like a level 39 fireball for base damage, so that's pretty good. Kuna's will. I was looking at these for using zombies instead to make my minion instability work. I haven't tried them yet, but I like the they have 80 to 100% increased maximum life, and you don't need a corpse for them. So if you're wearing these gloves as your zombies count as corpses, so you can explode them with anything you want, and they will trigger all kinds of cool on death effects for you. Whatnot, but anyway, that's just a different option for the build. I'll talk a little bit more about that later. Okay, so basic stuff with the tree and the gear. Like I said, it's just junk. Flasks are just movement speed, armor, evasion, magic find, and corrupted blood fixing flask. So all my links are for that. I'll show you how the minion instability works with the Taboo Kai amulet doing all of my minion damage. So I summon one and he just burns, and at 50 he pops. So it's a little slow, but once it pops it's doing ignite. That's why I don't care about it being fast and instant. So I am level 78. I'm going to do a level 13 beach map for you quickly and kind of show you how the damage works. Still playing Sentinel Radiance just like I did with the previous character. So I'll show you how my convocation automation works. It's way faster with the higher gem levels. Still haven't done any damage with Summon Raging Spirits. This is just my Sentinel and my unlinked Spectres and Zombie and Stone Golem clearing this. Pretty effective. So to get a little more damage going, I'll just start occasionally popping out the Summon Raging Spirits of Enormity. And when they hit and ignite, you get a really nice ignite buff. I am extraordinarily tanky. I have all of those Arctic armor, Cloak of Flame, Flesh and Stone, Sentinel of Radiance taking damage. All of that stuff really reducing the damage I take, so I'm also blocky, have decent regeneration. Pretty good. This gear's very cheap. Like I said, I don't even have all my links done. I don't have anything set up to be really strong. I am in a level 80 map, 2 levels higher than me. Let's go kill this boss. So, right now I don't have a Sentinel Radiance and I don't have any Summon Raging Spirits up, so I'll just stand here a minute, see if you can hurt me. Freeze! I don't think you can. So I'm going to ignite him with the minion. There he is. He's up. And as you ignite, you can see his damage going on much faster once he's ignited. Ooh, he hit me with something there. Alright, I'm going to go full out on him, get my Sentinel up. And finish him off with my... Alright, so not crazy fast high boss DPS, but I basically have a 0 DPS build that's tanky and good for clearing. On day 1 gear and set up at only level 78. So that's how the build is working. Once you select your Ascendancy and you take your Sentinel of Radiance, like I showed you, you just cruise through the campaign, cruise through easy maps. I can do an easy one for you. Let's see here, something 5-ish. Gee, what's a good layout? So I'll get. So when you're doing your easy maps, it's crazy fast. Like your first mapping sessions will be absolute gravy. This build, everything's gonna die. You can do the 0 button if you want to, or you can click your flame dash and pull your dude into packs and watch him melt and zip through the map pretty quick. I still haven't even cast any Summon Raging Spirits. I'll just start popping a couple of them off to speed this up even more. Tough essence. Yeah. Where's the heck's the boss here? There it is. Go kill this level 5 boss quick just for... And he's ignited and there he goes. Burned down like crazy. So, that's how the build works. As a league starter, it's excellent. You can do so many options with your Ascendancy and this basic format. If you're not going to go minion instability, like say you just want to use regular skeletons or regular zombies or regular specters or summon raging spirits or absolutions or any kind of regular minion to do your damage, you would probably want to take this as your second Ascendancy, because these elemental relics trigger and they basically are up all the time. It gives you a level 25 anger, level 25 Hatred and a level 25 Wrath. So huge buffs to your regular minions, especially like Summon Raging Spirits. You get 20 of them out, and they all get Wrath, Hatred, and Anger, plus their own regular damage. And your Sentinel of Radiance coming along with, you're going to just cruise through early maps like that too. It's very simple. I just wanted to try out minion instability. I've never done it before. And use one of those altered SRS of Enormity gems that I had. So far I like it a lot. I don't know if I'll league start it, but it's really good. Definitely a possibility depending on the patch notes. Get your block, like I said. You can cap block very easily over here as a Templar. Get your armor and armor from reserved mana and energy for shield from reserved mana, which gives me more than enough to cast my abilities. I can pretty much spam this. Spamming my 82 mana costing SRS. Not quite 100% forever, but I mean, cast a lot of them before you run out of mana. You could link that with Unleash too if you're using regular ones and shoot them all out at once. That leads you into the big one, Unwavering Faith, 50% reservation efficiency skills. This is so good. You can see how many auras I've got. I've got Arctic Armor, Flesh and Stone, Tempest Shield, Haste, Vitality, Skitter Bots. I mean, I got a lot of stuff going here. So, yeah, you can do all that very easily. It's a great build. If you want to get even more tankier, you get Fortify into the build somehow. And I was looking at the Scourge. So this is an old claw. I've never haven't used it in forever, but I was thinking, what about switching this to a Dominating Blow build, which is the attack that triggers minions to come from the dead bodies of the corpses you kill, so you actually summon your own minion army as you attack. It's a really cool skill. You could use a claw like this for super cheap at League Start. Gives you minions have 10% increased attack speed, which is awesome. It hits tolerably decently. It's not a big powerful weapon, but it's not awful. Gives you some life leech. Increases to minion damage also affect me at 150% of the value, so that's a really nice buff. Minions deal 70% increased damage if you've hit recently, so you get another big chunk to your minions. So you could put that in there, link Dominating Blow, or you don't have to use Dominating Blow, but that's just a skill that actually is a melee skill that's also a minion skill. You could link Dominating Blow with Fortify, whatever you want. I mean, you could convert all their minions' damage to an element of some sort. Use elemental attacks. You could use more crit damage, whatever you wanted to do, really. Anything in there, make a 6 link of that. But the Fortify is the key, because you're looking at all those huge damage reduction numbers you're already getting from this, and this, and this, and this, and adding a 20 Fortify makes you unbelievably tanky with max block. So it's just be a matter of figuring out how to get your DPS up. Like I was showing earlier too, you have the Akuna's Will, which I was looking at. And maybe use your zombies to blow up if you wanted to do minion instability. But if you didn't want to do minion instability, you could just drop some of this minion defense stuff, you know. Skip these two, go up here. Not seek so much life from death, hulking corpses type of stuff. You wouldn't need that. Just go for more minion damage, like maybe while affected by a Herald. Get Herald of Purity in there and get those Purity Sentinels along too. I mean, you could have a huge minion army with high block, crazy high defenses, good regeneration, your extra Sentinel of Radiance all by itself. But really play whatever you want. What's the one? I played this for League Start, this league with the Phantasms. Soul Rest. It's a really cool staff. I don't know if I must have it on a character. Soul Rest. You could use Soul Rest. I had a lot of characters this league. It's not Soul Rest. There it is. Soul Rest. So trigger level 25 summon Phantasm when you consume a corpse. That's big. That's a lot of damage. Your minions also deal 102 to 148 additional physical damage. That's big. So you could have a little minion army with your Sentinel Radiance and your zombies and golems or whatever's permanent, your specters coming along, all getting that buff. And then you trigger all these summon phantasms, which will you can get up to 20 of them very easily. They do really nice spell projectile damage, so it's really easy, and it's physical, so it's easy to scale and convert. Lots of different things you can do with those builds. And like I said, it becomes a zero button campaign the second you finish the library and the second you finish the first lab. You are off to the races. I'm going to do a little zero button up to the door for you so you can see what happens. I do have to summon my Sentinel. Actually, I'm going to put him over here. One hand. Look, nah, no hands. Isn't this nice? I could walk all the way to Catawba like this without ever lifting a finger, and we finish the campaign quite easily. So, if you think this little leveling intro and early start of maps has been helpful, please hit the like and subscribe down below. It'd be good for the channel. And thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the content.